clearly there are many things beyond your control as a career professional or somebody who's navigating career change. Here in the United States, there are things that are within your realm of control, and there are some things that are not. Right, things around the economy, policy shifts, leadership decisions. These things, they always happen, they don't stop. Um, Conditions will never be perfect around all of those things, right? They are imperfect. There will always be changes, things happen around who is in power, what political parties, those things do what they do. We have zero control over those things, right? It stalls when we stop focusing on what it's out of our control, right? The moment you focus on things beyond your control, you're going to stall progress. You're going to restrict how fast you go. So, my goal today is, to provide you practical things and steps and action items you can start doing, things within your control, that will uh, uh, empower you and help you take more ownership of your career. And again, who has been in career a long time here in the United States, working almost 12, actively in corporate America for over the last 12 years, but also running my own business and leading a nonprofit. I'm coming from wearing all of these hats that I talk about. And so I know a thing or two about what I am talking about. And part of the things that I do is, in the workforce development space. And so we just coach people to help them get into careers in information technology. That's my other passion outside of serving the community. With this is still serving the community, but that's where I'm coming from with all of my expertise. Now, why does this matter for us as immigrants? Why is this an important conversation that we need to be having now? A lot of times we feel doubly constrained, right? It's almost like, again, there's a constraint of immigration status, especially today, right? Some, especially if you're not yet at that green card and your work authorization or H1, all of those things, it tends to be, again, restrictive, and between what you can and can't do, there's that constraint. There's also uncertainty around the market. For people who are in that realm, and even for people who are not going through requiring sponsorship or any of that. There's still constraints that we have to face. But for us as immigrants, um, we have this, extra constraints that we have to deal with, and that's why this topic matters. Again, what you control, what you don't. And then when these external uncertainties rise up, people either freeze or overcorrect, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to get us to not do anymore, especially in 2026. When people get into the situations where they don't know what to do, or it feels like they're stuck, um, they just stop. They get stuck and then they stop completely, or they overdo it, which again, none of these two options are good for us. And so, how do we, or what do we need to be doing instead? What most resilient professionals, which one of the attributes of I always talk about for immigrants that we have is we are just flat out very resilient people. One of the things that makes us great, uh, great professionals, is we double down on the controllables when the uncontrollable gets noisy. The things that we have control over, we double down on those ones, and the ones we don't, we let it be.